What up, y'all? It's your boy Nerdy Red 23. How are y'all doing out there today? I'm here to talk about Tupac releasing his one and only classic, Me Against the World, his third album of March 14th, 1995. Happy 31 years to this classic right here. One of my favorites, too. And I did talk about it last year of the 30th of anniversary of last year because, it was released 30 years of last year, 2025 from 1995. So now it's 31 years old, and this is still a classic. One of my favorites, man. Love the title track. I love the whole entire album. And it was released through Interscope Records and Out of the Gutta Records and distributed by Atlantic Records. And Tupac draws a lyrical inspiration from his impending prison sentence at the time, troubles with the police and poverty. And according to Mr. Shakur, Me Against the World was made to show the hip hop audience his respect for the art form. Lyrically, he intentionally tried to make the album more personal and reflective than his previous efforts, considered by several music critics to be the best of any of his albums up to that point in his career. So the album's musical production was handled by his mentor Shock G from Digital Underground, R.I.P., Easy Mo B, Pizarro, yeah, that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, Johnny Jackson, R.I.P., and the Danish hip hop duo Soulshock and Karlin, among others. And Me Against the World features a guest appearances from the rap group Dramacydal and rapper Richie Rich, and released while Tupac was in prison. And the album made an immediate impact on the charts, debuting at number one on the Billboard 200, holding the top spot for 4 consecutive weeks, and also topping the top R&B hip hop albums chart. And the song "Dear Mama" was released as the album's first single, and that's still a classic, in February of '95. And it would be the album's most successful single, topping the Hot Rap Singles chart and peaking at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 while he was in the penitentiary at the time. The album overtook Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits as the best-selling album of the year in the United States at the time, and the album was eventually certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. And at the 38th Grammy Awards, the album was nominated for Best Rap Albums. Album. And Dear Mama was nominated for Best Rap Solo Performance, and the album received acclaimed reviews by critics, being ranked among the best albums of the 1990s. And it has been ranked by many critics as one of the greatest hip hop albums, as well as one of the greatest albums of all time. In 2008, the National Association of Recording Merchandisers, in conjunction with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, included Me Against the World in its list of the definitive 200 albums of all time, and the album was also included in the book of 1001 one albums you must hear before you die. And by the year of '94, before the album was released, Tupac, at the age of 23, was already a prominent and controversial rapper, and his second album, Strictly for My Ends, received platinum certification by the by the Recording Industry Association of America, entered the top 25 on the Billboard 200, and yield 2 gold certified top 15 singles like "I Get Around" and "Keep Your Head Up" and "Rapid Succession." However, he had become involved in a string of violent encounters, which, from incidents of '93, Shakur was sentenced to 15 days in jail for assaulting the directors, Allen Hughes, the Hughes brothers, and while filming The Menace to Society, pled guilty to the attempted assault on a rival rapper and saw the charges drop after he shot 2 off-duty police officers. And later year, Tupac and 2 associates were charged with the gang raping a female fan in Shakur's room and hotel room at the time, which was crazy, man. I just can't believe, Tupac would get accused of that. It was crazy stuff. Yeah, New York. But anywho, a charge he vehemently denied in the ensuing trial. Shakur acquitted of 7 felonies, included the rape, sodomy, and gun charges, but was convicted of two counts of sexual abuse for unwanted touching, and was subsequently sentenced to 18 months to 4.5 years in prison. on November 30th of 94, which was 32 years ago, one day before the jury reached their verdict, Shakur was shot and robbed at gunpoint at the lobby of a New York recording studio. He believed the shooting was set up by East Coast associates and collaborators such as the Notorious B.I.G., Andre Harrell, and Puffy. And according to Pac, Me Against the World aimed to show the hip hop audience his respect for the art form, and Shakur purposely made the Me Against the World lyrics more personal and reflective. You already know, and this was widely attributed to Shakur's growing maturity and perhaps an effort to reconcile with his troubled past. And although originally released by Interscope, the album was later released twice by Amaru Entertainment, and the label owned by Tupac's mother, Afeni Shakur, R.I.P. The album was recorded at 10 different studios, and it was mastered at Bernie Grundman, mastering by, excuse me, by Brian Gardner, and several critics found the album's musical production of the best of any of Pac's albums to date. And Steve Flash John of Rap Reviews, assigning the album a perfect 10 out of 10, particularly praised So Many Tears and Temptations. John Perales of the New York Times called the production a fatalistic, calm, in a commercial mode, and added that while Tupac doesn't sing, other voices do, providing smooth melody. And yet James Bernard of Entertainment Weekly dissenting complained that Shakur's vocals are buried deep in the mix, and that's a shame. If they were more in your face, the lackluster beats might be less noticeable. So Tupac, coming from him, he says this: Me Against the World was really to show people that this is an art to me. That's what he's saying. That I do take it like that. And whatever mistakes I make out of ignorance, not out of disrespect to music or the art. So Me Against the World was deep, reflective. It was like a blues record. It was down home. It was all my fears, all the things I just couldn't sleep about. Everybody thought that I was living so well and doing so good that I wanted to explain it. And it took a whole album to get it all out. And it's explaining my lifestyle, who I am, my upbringing, and everything. It talks about the streets, but talks about it in a different light. There's a song on there dedicated to mothers, just a song I wrote just for my mom, my mother. And it digs deeper like that. And I just wanted to do something to all mothers. I'm proud of that song. It affected a lot of people. Tupac Shakur said that himself, personally from him. And more to it, often depicting the travails of male survival in the ghetto. Prominent sentiments include anguish, despair, hopelessness, paranoia, excuse me, and self-loathing. Such dark tracks sometimes simultaneously menacing are If I Die Tonight, Lord Knows, Outlaw, and F the World. But there are exceptions. Nostalgic, jubilance, distinguishes, old school. A roster of his favorite rap songs with associate joys, predating his adulthood, while bittersweet optimism occurs in It Ain't Easy, Can You Get Away, aims to flirtatious, encourage, and lure a romantic interest away from her current abusive relationship. And the track most popular, Dear Mama, ode to his mother, Throughout the album, Shakur employs the various poetical devices such as alliteration, If I Die Tonight, and paired couplets, Lord Knows. And to let y'all know, the song Dear Mama was released as the album's first single in February of '95, along with the track Old School as the B-side. And Dear Mama would be the album's most successful single, topping the Hot Rap Singles chart and peaking at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. And the single was certified platinum in July of '95, and later placed at number 51 on the year-end charts. And it was reported that Can You Get Away was intended to be released as the next single, with the music video directed by Shakur's longtime friend Jada Pinkett. And instead of So Many Tears, it was released as the second single in June of '95. It reached number 6 on the Hot Rap Singles chart and number 44 on the Billboard Hot 100. And Temptations, released in August, was the third and final single from the album. And the single is the least successful of the three released, but still did fairly well in the charts. And excuse me, reaching number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 35 on the Hot Rap R&B, the Hot R&B Hip Hop Singles and Tracks, and number 13 on the Hot Rap Singles charts. And Me Against the World, the title track, was released as a single in Europe, and it included the Soul Power remix, which I do love that remix too, and the Soul Power Hip Hop remix. And the track appears in the 1995 film Bad Boys, and it was released in April of '95. This album will always be a classic, man, no doubt. And the rest is history here. I gotta tell y'all. And it sold 240,000 copies of the first week. I love this album, man. Everything is history of it. Love this record. You got other hits on here too. You got Young and Heavy in the Game, Lord Knows, It Ain't Easy, you already know that, and Outlaw, Death Around the Corner, Of the World, Old School, Dear Mama. You got it all. I love this record, man. It will always be my favorite Tupac record forever. Man, '95 was the year I was born. Man, a lot of dope stuff coming out in '95 at the time. This is classic forever. Long live the GOAT, Tupac Shakur. Y'all already know. This is the GOAT right here. Been my all-time favorite ever since my youth years. I've always listened to Tupac. I still listen to him to this day. No doubt. No doubt about that. And if you love Tupac, if y'all love Tupac, I'm going to be on the real. Buy his stuff if y'all love his records. What's your favorite song off this classic? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, comment, follow your boy, and I will be glad to return. Y'all have a blessed one and stay safe, y'all. If you don't have this record, go find it and bump it on your turntables. This is an album you never want to sleep on. This is a classic forever. No doubt about it. Peace, y'all.